Ah. Cool. That'll do it. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or as we like to say here at Shady Acres Woodshop, howdy. Today we have a little piece of scrap right out of the box, fresh from Tuffy Marginez. Well, fresh. I don't know, 2 years old, 3 years old, fresh, something like that. Tuffy sends bigger pieces, and then he stuffs the box, these little scraps, box stuffers he calls them. And this one looks pretty interesting to me, and I need a quick, easy piece, so let's do it. The piece is about 4 inches by 3 inches by about 1.5 inches tall at the tallest part. It's got a nice flat bottom. I'm just going to put some double-faced tape on here, I think. I might go with hot glue, but I think just double-faced tape. Stick it up on a block of wood on my headstock and turn this into a quick, cute little dish. This will be the top, yeah. I've taken my block of wood. It has a hole for my woodworm screw, and I've covered it with sure tape, which is this double-faced turner's tape, they call it. I don't know much about it. It's called suretape.com. You can go right there, SHURTAPE. I don't know where I got this. I just can't remember. Anyway, so I stuck the tape onto the block, and I put the piece of wood onto the tape, and I put it in my vise for a while, and now I'm going to mount it up here. Because of the odd shape of this, I had to keep repositioning it in the vise. But now I'm going to bring up my tailstock and let it press directly on the center, and I'll just let that set for another 5 minutes or so, and then we'll get to turning. Now there's nothing special that stands out about this piece for me, nothing I feel like I have to keep, so I'm just going to turn until it looks like a little dish, that's all. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what kind of wood it is either, but I'm starting to get my suspicions that it's Manzanita, and I keep saying I'm never going to turn any more Manzanita, and here I am. That's what it looks like to me. It's something very hard, that's for sure. It does have a lot of cracks that you might be able to see, but none of them are on the bottom. So none of them go all the way through. So we should be in pretty good shape. We're going to be turning at 1200 RPM, 1/2 inch bowl gouge, mask, and face shield on, even for this little guy. I'm going to go ahead and clean these 2 little spots up here to get it more down to an even level. Much easier. That's because it's end grain, and it's so much easier to go from the inside out rather than coming from the outside in as you normally would. Well, I stopped for a minute to look the piece over, and I noticed, I said there were cracks, and none of them went through to the bottom, and that was true. You can't see anything on the bottom, but this right here is a bark inclusion. That's all bark right through the middle there. So that may not stay together, and in that case, the whole thing's going to fail. But like I said, I stopped and I put CA in there all the way through. So hopefully that'll keep it together. Usually it will not on a bark inclusion, but this is so small and it doesn't go all the way through to the bottom, so maybe it will. I don't know. We might end up with 2 halves of a bowl here. I just sharpened up my 1/2 inch bowl gouge. I'm going to get my mask and face shield back on, and we're still turning at 1200 RPM. Yeah, maybe it's starting to close up. I hope so. Boy, my gouge is kind of dull already. Manzanita for sure. I don't have any good way to measure the depth, so all I'm doing is going visually here. And I don't mind getting it pretty thin, as long as this will go away. Too thin and it won't stick together. And it might be a problem getting it off of here without breaking it too. It's going to look great all sanded up with a finish on it though, I can tell you that. Maybe I'll get in here just a little bit closer. I'm trying to decide if I want to do any turning out here at all, and I don't think so. I'll get this all cleaned up, of course. Well, it's not getting any bigger, that's for sure. It's not getting any smaller. Well, maybe it is a little bit. I am going to go sharpen up again. I'm just pushing too hard. Oh, look at that. Bark inclusion's just about gone. Not gone, but it's just about gone. Well, we're getting pretty thin now. About a 1/4 inch, but I can go a little bit more. The outside looks okay. You just wait. You just wait. Don't get excited. Once this is sanded and finished, you're just not going to believe it. It's going to be a cutie. I love it. Be a good holder for a pin cushion, it looks like to me. Not that I'm a pin cushion expert, because I'm just not. I have no idea where that came from. I don't know why I thought of that. Well, we're just about done. Yeah, in fact, I think I'll just scrape it. We'll try my 1-inch scraper here. Very nice. I'd like to go a little thinner, but I'm just afraid of that inclusion. Well, it's not an inclusion anymore, it's a crack, but we're only about 3/16 of an inch thick right here. And I think that's good enough. And like I said, I got to be careful getting it off of here, but I have a plan. Don't know if it'll work, but it's a plan. Time for sanding. I'm going to start sanding with my Sandoflex at 120 grit because this is pretty rough out here. And then I'll switch to 180 grit. And repeat the sanding just on the outside here. And then I'm going to start with 80 grit on my 2-inch disc, even though I don't need to at all, but I want to make sure that this outside edge is smooth and kind of rounded over just a touch. And I couldn't do that with the chisel because it was only hitting in one point here, and you just can't get a smooth cut with a chisel when it only hits in one point. I'll do that, like I said, starting at 80, and I'll work up through 400 grit. And I'll show you what that looks like as soon as I get my mask on. It already looks better. It's just amazing what that thing can do. And then after I do the 180, it'll be even better than that. Then with the lathe spinning forward at about 350. that's what that'll look like until I get up to 400, and I'll bring it back and we'll put some kind of finish on there, or sanding sealer or something. See you in a bit. I'm gonna go with Howard Feed and Wax on this piece. I haven't used it for a long time, and what it does, besides bring out the grain like that, which is just beautiful, but what it does is it just makes the piece feel so smooth, so soft, so handleable. You just want to run your fingers over all of it. I have no idea where that pin cushion thing came from. I haven't been thinking about pin cushions. I don't own a pin cushion. It just looked like it would be a cute little thing to hold a pin cushion, that's all. Well, I guess there's probably a pin cushion or two around the house here. Not something I get into every day. I don't have much on the outside to do, so I'm just dipping my little acid brush here into the bottle, and I'll just brush this outside. And then the way I'll get it off the outside after it dries for 20 minutes, I will take a clean toothbrush and buff it real fast, and that'll clean it right up. Well, you can't get much quicker or more fun to turn than this little guy. Just out of just a little scrap, just a throwaway piece. Something to start a fire with. And it's cute, don't you think? Well, you'll see. You'll see once we get it off of here. I hope it comes off in one piece, oh my. Okay, so I'm just gonna let that dry for a while. I'll buff it up with a rag and a toothbrush. I'll bring it back here and we'll see if we can get it off of there in one piece. See you in a bit. You can probably hear my little heater running. I've had it pointed at this for about a half an hour, I guess. And then I just came out here and buffed it up, so it's ready to come off of there. But I remembered, because of the heater, what that does is it softens the adhesive of the tape. So I think I'm just gonna be able to pull that off of there, even without the aid of tools. Let's find out. Yep, it's starting to come. Cool. Now I'll take this over. I'm going to use some denatured alcohol, I think is what I used before. I'll clean this bottom up, sign it, get it finished, and we'll take a look at it. Well, here it is, one Manzanita dish in the books. I think it's just cute as can be. It's 2.5 by 3.5 by about an inch tall. There's not much to show you. I love the grain, the color. There's the bottom all finished up. Well, not sure if you can read that, but it says my name and Manzanita on it. I think it's just cute. I can hardly even hang on to it, it's so small. What do you think? What would you use it for? Pin cushion. I don't know why pin cushion, but wouldn't a pin cushion just look cute sitting in there? You could put some double stick tape in there and put the cushion down, and there you go. Well, it was a lot of fun for me. I hope it was fun for you to watch. You can see how easy it is. If you weren't shooting a video, 10 minutes start to finish. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. Thank you, Tuffy Marginez, for sending this along for all to enjoy. If you like this video, thumbs up please. I'd sure appreciate it. If you're a subscriber, holy cow, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. If you're not a subscriber, you might consider becoming one. I try to put out regular videos about one a week, and I'd like to keep in touch. An easy way to subscribe is just click my picture you see there near the end of the video. Your comments are always welcome, and I love reading them. So for now, this is Phil, Shady Acres Woodshop, signing off.